Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tartar Zone's NuWhoZone. Nice to see you. We're here for Under the Lake. Yeah, it's Under the Lake. Um, just bear with me for a second because we're a couple of guests short. So just throwing out a reminder that we have started just to see what's going on, see who shows up anyway. So yeah, we're here for Under the Lake. So if everybody that's listening wants to get their copy ready, and then what we'll do is we'll do the countdown, and we will get going. So I'll bring on the guest that we do have with us that's joining us, and we will start, and whoever pops in then pops in. What you call, because I'm on a bit of a tight schedule tonight. So yeah, without further ado, it's the one and only Queen Charlotte.
Hello, everybody. Welcome down a bit. There we go.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Right. I'm just gonna get me copy ready. So just want to make sure. What? Let's try that again.
Technology never works for you, mate, does it?
No, it doesn't. Oh, I'm going to kill this thing. Okay, just bear with me for a second. Sure, that'll give everybody a chance to get their copy ready. When you do, press one in the chat. But I have this in order. Don't worry about this. I'm on top of this shit today. This is not gonna get the better of me. Nice. Anyway, this should work. I hope. I hope. I hope. We pause that shit and we do that. Right. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And we'll get straight into this as soon as there we go now there. See, this is how good I am. So be able to get that fast. Now if it tells me it's not here, I'm going to absolutely cry. That's someone in the eye. I'm only messing, I'm not going to stab anybody in the eye. What's the what episode number is it again? It's episode
See, I watched them on iPlayer, so I'm trying to remember now.
episode 3.
It's the first half. I'm trying to remember which one it is now.
Yeah, it's episode 3, isn't it?
I'm trying to think. What did we have last? Yeah, because it was a two-parter to begin with,
Under the
wasn't
Lake.
it?
Yeah. It is
So
this
it's
one.
episode
It is.
3.
Yeah, it's episode 3. So let's just get it ready. Pause there. There we go. Right. So I have it. Right. Let's go back to the very start there. We don't want to start it too fast. Okay, I don't know what's up with everybody else today. So as I said, we'll just go ahead on it, and then whoever pops in. Everybody knows the schedule, so and nobody told me this week that they weren't going to show up, so I don't know what's going on. But we'll go ahead anyway. There's 2 of us here on the panel, so we'll go ahead and we'll get going. So without further ado, Queen Charlotte, whenever you're ready, because I'm ready. Yeah.
So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
There we go. Right. So the drum underwater mining facility. Catness, Scotland, 2119.
The shot really made me think of, do you know, Thunderbirds?
Yeah.
The way it looks, it really made me think of Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds a go.
Just because it's a nice look, that almost looks like a model shot to me. I don't know, it could be CG, but it looks like it's almost. Oh, and I know the actor, the sergeant, but I don't know from what. It was annoying me the whole time I was watching this. It's like, oh God, I know that voice.
Yeah, I love the music in this one. It's very horror-esque.
Oh yeah, this was written by Whithouse, and you can tell because he loves his horror. This isn't a Moffat script; it's a Toby one.
Mm-hmm.
And some very funny lines in this one as well. Hi, Chums fan.
Oh. Wow. Do.
Screaming cats are back. Yeah, this. I know you said recently this is like you've gotten to like this. I will never like this version.
It's grown on me, but it's still not my favorite him. Like it's
Oh
not.
no.
It's not. It's definitely not. I mean, Matt Smith's one took me a while to get used to, but I actually absolutely love Matt Smith's one now. But the best one is still Serious for David Tennant.
Yes, and I've noticed that's the one they're using currently, isn't it, for all the promotion? Whenever it's anything videos, they're using that theme. For me, it's just too high pitched. It's just way too high pitched.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind the clocks. I know some people don't like the clocks. I don't mind that. Like now and again, I think we need to have something different than a time vortex type thing. It makes it a bit more fun to watch.
Hmm.
There's a nice mystery in this, isn't there? Like in the two parts, it's obviously gets
Yeah.
answered a bit, but in
Yeah.
this first one, it's
This what
lots
I'm
of
saying. This is one of the only two-parters I think, Charlotte, where it's actually perfect. It didn't go on too long. It was the right length amount of time. Whereas Moffat's ones, he always seemed to either it was always too long. They were
yeah.
always too long.
I think this one works as a two-parter because it's not a really complicated story if you think about it. It's complex ideas, but the actual story is quite you can follow it easily enough and you sort of click eventually what's going on. But I like in this episode it really keeps that sense of mystery and you really don't understand what the creature is and how they got there and all of those sort of questions. And you really see the doctor like getting bits of information and then sort of working them through and coming to a conclusion for what's going on. And we're back to annoying Clara.
Yeah, she was actually quite pathetic there when she put her hand up for the doctor and then she says, "Don't leave me hanging." I mean, she's not bad in this two-parter, actually. I have to be honest, compared to most
Oh, she's been a
episodes.
lot
But
worse.
she has been a lot worse. But yeah, at this stage, I was just over Claire. I mean, Moffat. If Moffat had read the room and brought in a new companion, I reckon it would have kind of refreshed it a little bit.
Yeah, I think it would have helped Peter's doctor as well.
I think it would have, yeah, introduce a new companion and bang.
Because in this one, I know we've not got to it yet. I forgot this is the episode with the card scene. And I was just like, yeah, no, Clara is really holding back Capaldi's doctor. It's just like she's back to me. She comes across a bit in this, especially in this part. That she's just back to being the bit of like the demanding personality again. When she's like, "Oh, I want this, I want this, I want this," and it's just like, shut up. Do you know what though? I love her outfit in this story. Really nice.
Yeah,
companion outfit.
I have to be honest. They always dressed El Jenna up well as Clara. Have to be honest. She never wore out that you thought, "Oh no, that doesn't suit her." Like they did really. I say she had a hand in some of our costumes because it would be stuff that she'd wear herself. Like,
yeah, I think sometimes she came across a little bit too teachery with what she was wearing, whereas I think this is the right amount of balance what she's got on this story.
by the way, NuWhoZone talks this Friday, and trust me, I've got something to get off my chest.
Ooh.
BAFTA.
I paid no attention to it whatsoever.
Right. Well, as you know, the BAFTA awards were last night, and you know they always do in memory of all the actors and actresses that passed away, and they left Bernard Cribbins out. So BAFTA, after getting a bit of a backlash, have put out a statement to kind of cover their pathetic reasons for not putting them in. So that's what we'll be talking about this Friday.
Wow. I had no idea that they'd completely left Bernard out.
Yep. Absolutely disgusting, they are.
Especially like, oh, come on, he's one of the old guard.
Probably wasn't diverse enough for them because that's how bad the BAFTAs have gone. It's fucking disgraceful, it is. An actor of his caliber, right, that spanned many generations, including me own, right, me father's generation and probably me fucking grandfather's generation, to be slighted in that way. Nah, I'm sorry. BAFTA have a lot to answer for, man.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you for wanting to get stuff off your chest about that.
So we'll talk about that on Friday. I have their pathetic statement as well. They said that he's remembered on the online section. Not good enough.
Yeah, but like, there's a whole bit in these awards for.
I know there is. You're right.
On purpose, because that's what
his name should have been the first fucking one on the list. That's what I mean. I'm not messing. His name should have been the first. No disrespect to the rest of them that passed away, but his name should have been first. He's a fucking icon. He's a British fucking icon. They treat him like shite, man. Sorry, we're here for Doctor Who. No, I'm angry. I actually really upset, man.
No, I don't blame you.
And he's going to be in Doctor Who as well. This is why it's wrong.
That's also really stupid. Yeah, because he's going to be back in the sort of common attention soon.
I know. You think they would have just... Nah, I'm...
Right, as I said, there's a reason I don't pay any attention to him, to be fair, because it's just become like it means nothing nowadays.
I don't like it, Charlotte. I'm seeing a lot of crap as well happening in Ireland. We're becoming like Scotland really, really fast, and I'm getting worried, man.
But we won't get into politics.
No, I won't. I'm not going to get into politics, but I'm just saying I'm seeing a lot of crap now, and And then this just kind of set me off. Fuck off. You don't do that to Bernard Cribbins, you bloody idiots. No respect.
Yeah, that's the main part of it, really, isn't it?
It's the respect, isn't it? Lack of respect. Yeah. That's why I'm angry.
And also for somebody who's basically had a lifelong career. Like he's basically been working all his life since he was in his 20s. Up till he literally was not well enough to he probably shouldn't have been working with Russell for the 60th. Yeah. But he did.
Listen, that guy has been in British films.
Yeah.
And he's been on British television. So it's for the British arts and television and film. So like he should have been included. For any excuse that they come up with, they put out a statement anyway.
Yeah, because they realised that they'd put their foot in it. Tell you what, I do love the setting of this story. Such a creepy setting. It's simple, like I said. That's what I like about this story. It knows its basics in the best sense. It knows what works and it runs with what works.
Yeah, but what I love about it is that the Doctor clearly doesn't know what's going on now, right? And then we get to the end of the episode and then we see what happens, which we won't spoil it for anybody that's never seen it. But then I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Right? And you think it's game over. Like, it's very well done. This was very well done. This is one of my favourite two-parters of the Moffat era.
I think you could definitely see, you can think, if you compare like this episode 3 to last series episode 3, it feels like the production had just come on so much.
Yeah.
And that Moffat had really started to find a bit of the stride of what he wanted to do with Peter's Doctor, and lots of things were starting to finally get into place. But like we said, you still had big issues like Clara and other things that were still there that just needed to get out the way.
You just reminded me of something. I forgot as well, just popped out in my head. Chibnall also was at a fan convention. And he do you know what he did? You know what he did? He confirmed everything that I said on this channel, and I was delighted. Literally, Peter Capaldi was sacked, by the way, folks. He was sacked. Jo Martin, poor Jo Martin, she was only brought in because she was black.
Yeah, I saw those that floating about. Like, if he's actually come out and said that, that's like
right. And he said he was always going to cast a woman as the Doctor, right? So he lied to us when he said he auditioned men. Never auditioned men. He auditioned. He brought his mate in, Jodie Whittaker. He had no intentions of casting a bloke. Not. That's why he got rid of Peter Capaldi. But Peter Capaldi sacked, confirmed, right? Bringing in Jo Martin was basically because he wanted a black Doctor, and bringing in Jodie Whittaker because he wanted a female Doctor. He's admitted all of this now, and he said that any fans that didn't like it was on us basically.
Well, he's just a vile little man, isn't he? Let's be fair.
Do you know why he's throwing his toys out of his pram now? Because he sees how popular RTD is doing now, and the fandom is all buzzed again, and he never had that buzz. What a jealous! Seriously, I can't. It annoys me because all the crap.
Can I just ask something though? Is there a video of him saying this stuff?
That's the thing.
Because it would be a bit more definitive if we got video.
That's the thing. That's that I've tried to ask for, and apparently,
if you could play that, then it's
it's game over,
then, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. There's no defending it if you can play video of him coming out with that stuff.
I know. I wish someone look. I'm pretty sure some of those JBot stands have a video up somewhere. So I'll just Google it later on and have a look.
Yeah, it might be worth even if you just put it up on the channel, just as like it's just pure video. Just be like,
I will. I'll post it. You know me, Charlotte. I'll put that up on the video.
You don't even have to comment. Just put it up, and his stupidity will say it all.
Oh.
No, but Peter, you could tell Peter had been sacked. Like, it was a known thing in the fandom. Just we didn't get anything official to confirm that. You knew it though. I mean, the joy this guy had when he was talking about Doctor Who, when he was being any press when he was the Doctor. You can even see it in this episode. Like, I love when like you're saying, you can start to see his Doctor gets excited.
Yeah.
You can start to see his Doctor be like, "Oh, this is a mystery," and like, I don't know what's happening. And he perks up then, and he's like a different person almost.
I know. Look at him now. He's like a little kid because he
Yeah.
wants to find out what the ghost is. He's like,
And
what is a
he's like,
ghost?
oh yeah, I love this because Clara's like, you were denying it, and he explains it's like, no, but it's something new, it's something interesting, it's something I've never come across before, so of course I'm excited.
Oh,
And
there's his TARDIS cloister bells. That's never
yeah,
a good sign.
no. And to be fair, like if there's one thing I would love Russell to get back in the Doctor, whether this is with Tennant's 14th or Shooty's 15th, but I've got a feeling we're more likely to see it in Shooty, is just that sense of I want to go out and explore the universe. I just want to go out and experience new stuff. I just want that again with the Doctor so badly.
Yeah, there's rumours flying about as well, by the way.
I
And
saw
Ian
that
Levine
Moffat.
put up, is Stephen Moffat coming back to write for Doctor Who? Listen, everything that I said is going to happen, man.
I see the Moffat thing. I don't know because he's been so strong in denying coming back, so I don't believe that one as much at the current time.
But this could be not now, but he will in the look. Moffat was like RTD. I'm never coming back. Moffat is coming back to Doctor Who, right?
I think at some point, yeah.
Whether it's a guest writer, and trust me, when Moffat did individual episodes for RTD within an RTD era, they were great. So I say bring it on. Look, bring them all back. Bring back the greatest hits writers. Let them bring fucking brand new stories. And obviously, what's her face is there now from the previous regime. Maxine Alderton.
Well, people liked her stuff.
Yeah.
So if people liked it, I think give her a chance, to be fair.
That's what I'm saying. He'll hone her skill now and he'll, you know what I mean? He'll help her out.
If she can actually be underneath people like Russell and Julie and Phil who know what they're doing.
You know, she was one of the names mentioned to be taken over when...
I know she would, but I don't know. See, that whole period... I really doubt what was true now because there was so much stuff coming out. And it was fans creating it all.
I agree with you. I agree. That period was actually crazy because remember, we were actually debunking stuff then.
You were.
We had to start come on and debunk all of this shit and show where all this shit was originating from because people were just making up stuff just for the sake of it, and it was getting ridiculous. It was to try and discredit people that actually put out legit stuff. That's all that was. That was jealousy again. Everything that they do is jealousy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is deadly. I just love the tension in this.
Oh
episode.
yeah, this, and also I think it's a nice little crew, isn't it, that they've created that you follow. Like you do actually start to care.
You do
for them, and like. You sort of see that they're not perfect and they've got the little like issues they have. Like you've got the coward, which you always have in this story, but I think it works. You've got the I forgot the ranks of them all. You've got the woman who knows who the Doctor is and is a bit of a fan. She's quite fun. You've actually got the deaf girl, which I forgot she was in this story, but I think she's written.
You know, it's like nobody was complaining about her though being in the episode and stuff, but everybody complained. It was rumored that Rose Ayling-Ellis was supposed to be a companion. And by the way, just to let you know, she's been actually rumored that she might actually be in Doctor Who in some capacity.
I think the problem is when this was done, obviously, it was a very different time.
Yeah.
And this is I think actually she's written quite well. She's actually a proper character. So I think most people, if I'm being fair, if they see an actual character on screen, they're not going to kick up a fuss. And actually, I love the plot point when the Doctor realizes that the creatures are mouthing.
Yeah.
And of course, she can lip read. So they've even worked in her skill and her sort of uniqueness into the story.
Yeah.
which is what I've always say about these things. Don't just have these different types of character and not actually do anything with them in that regard. Like, it's actually a plot point, and it's done quite well.
I love the CGI in this.
Oh, the creatures look so creepy. Because I like how simple the design is as well. But it's simple, but it works. Like, so I mean, this story, it's got its sort of workman-like qualities, but they're good workman-like qualities.
Yeah. It's like an old-fashioned
Based on the
creepy
sea.
horror fucking mystery episode, a proper tension building story. Like, the tension is built over these 2 episodes. I mean, when you get to the cliffhanger at the end of this episode, and then you get to the second episode, and then we see what actually happens, and we're like, what? How did that happen? What?
You can definitely tell that Whithouse. I don't. It's Whitehouse or Whithouse. I can never say his surname correctly. The writer. You can definitely tell there was Stephen King in his head when he wrote this. There was James Herbert in his head, because if you've read any of those fellas' books, the sort of type of writing is very clearly being inspired here.
Yeah.
The sort of creeping, what you were talking about, the creeping sort of danger, sort of the team slowly sort of either being picked off or coming
one
together.
by one being picked off. It's like that episode in season 10 where Bill and all our friends move into that mansion.
In the house.
Yeah, same kind of thing there. The tension building.
This is very much a King Herbert type story. And that's the thing. I know people give like the base under siege type of things, but no, I love those sort of stories if they're done right. I don't mind keep having that type of story.
No, neither do I, man. If he did a whole season of that, see, this is what I was thinking. Like, for Shooty's 4th season,
have
every episode interconnect with each one, right? But each week, obviously, build up the tension, right? But always at the end of each episode, leave a cliffhanger. Right,
I definitely think I would be very surprised if Russell doesn't have proper cliffhangers back.
Oh, hey, the cliffhangers are coming back. And remember, he always does a plot line.
That's the thing. Russell into sort of weaves his plot.
And then
he likes to do
weaves in little clues all the way through the episodes and all. This is what's going to be brilliant, man. We're going to have to analyze all of his episodes when they come out. I can't wait, man. Can't wait. I'm still buzzing. Hurry up now. I wish it was November.
See, I don't. I'm looking forward to the build up. I really am. Whether it's trailers, teasers, the cast getting interviewed, like I know. I don't know if I've said this before, but come on, I can't wait until we get to con season. You know, Russell's going to cons. You know, he's gonna go to San Diego if he can. Like, imagine a proper Big Dot 2 panel with Russell, with Tennant, with everybody.
Well, hopefully they do the panels now properly this time, yeah.
That's what I mean, like proper panels again. Because the other regime, either it was controlled or they didn't do them.
I love the way he just walked in. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Love it.
Hi, TARDIS time. Yes, that's. I mean, I'm so looking forward to the circus, and that's what I'm going to use that word deliberately. The circus. The BBC actually being proud of the show again and actually putting a bit of effort when it comes to marketing it again.
I will say, I do feel sorry for people outside the UK, obviously, because we're beside us, we get BBC One, so we're grand. But for the rest of the world, I actually feel sorry for them, because it means, you know, people have gotten rid of Disney Plus now. They have to decide whether they want to get Disney Plus to watch Doctor Who again. So, you know, I do feel sorry, but at the same time, I'm kind of thinking it's opening it up to a brand new audience now.
Yeah, and there's ways around that. That's all I'll say.
Ah, yeah, and I'm sure we'll help you along the way. Don't worry, we'll point you in the right direction. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
But then watch it when it comes out, so you give it its official fucking view, right? We got to let RTD know whether it's good or bad by watching. Then we'll give our opinions on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, BBC America doesn't have it anymore. It's Disney Plus now.
Yeah, Disney's carrying it basically international now, TARDIS.
Yeah, to be quite honest, if you had BBC America, you won't get Doctor Who on it anymore. Unfortunately. But the good news is we won't have to listen to the bleeding BBC America Doctor Who bleeding page anymore coming
Oh
out with their
yeah,
nonsense
the
anymore because
Twitter
they've lost,
page.
because they're gone now. So like that's good news. And trust me, that is good news, because if you ever followed that American bleeding page, absolutely disgraceful the stuff they were coming out over the last 5 years. Right? They're the site that actually took down the photograph of River and Jodie Whittaker's doctor and said the doctor's wife, and they took it down straight away. They did.
Yeah, certain voices shouted.
Because they didn't want the ones that were pushing the rest of us out of the fandom. They gave them obviously that little bit, but they took it down because they knew by leaving that up then to put more targets on people. So at least they actually had some common sense, BBC America, to be quite honest with you. But they're gone now, so now I have to unfollow that account. I've just forgot about that because they lost Doctor Who. Good. They deserve it. Sorry, no offense or anything, but whoever was running that account was an idiot. Anyway, come on, call them there. There you go. Do you know what this reminds me of as well? Do you remember? I don't know if you actually seen it, Aliens 3.
See, I'm not an aliens person, but I
All
sort
right.
of, I
Well,
know
in
that.
Aliens, they're trying in Aliens 3. They're trying to get the aliens to go down a certain tunnel so they can trap them and then pour molten lava on them or
Oh yeah,
molten metal. Does Sony still own Bad Wolf? Well, they have a stake
they have a
in.
stake. Yeah, they don't own it, from my memory. And another thing I quite like about this, because Moffat also at times had the issue of he'd have his like overriding plot or characters, and he'd overuse them. So I like the fact that this story now has got nothing to do with Missy, nothing to do with all of that plot. He's just left it, and we'll come back to it. I like that this is very much its self-contained
Yeah, it
story
kind of
now.
gave it a bit of a break away from the
Yeah,
main plot and
it
give us a
needed.
couple of
I
side
think that was a good
stories.
idea to do.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
do Missy.
RTD did the same.
Because like I said, sometimes Moffat was just he didn't know quite when to stop with certain characters, and I like the
Yeah,
fact
I
that he
know.
showed quite a bit of restraint with Missy. I think overall, to be fair, even in Peter's last series, I think she was quite well sort of used, and she didn't overbear, wasn't over like controlling of all the plot.
I think it would be nice if 13 was in an episode in the future. Maybe we can heal a bit over the era. For me, she can come back for the 75th anniversary. That's 15 years from now. And maybe I'd be able to. I'm being honest, right? I have to be honest. As soon as that was said, I was like, no,
Yeah,
not
I'm
a
the
hope
same.
in hell.
Where I said I'll be very surprised if they don't have like sort of a shoe-in sort of clip in the 60th of her. Either if
If
it's
they
like
have a
unused
clip,
footage or like they just like
well,
crowbar it in a bit, I'm fine with
actually, do you
that.
know what I'd accept? I'd accept if RTD actually wrote a piece of dialogue for her and gave her a clip in the 60th, because we know he'd give her decent dialogue anyway. And maybe she'd be less scrunch face.
No, but it'd still be Jodie playing it. I'm sorry. Like it'd be better dialogue, but it'd still be her playing that, and she just can't play the Doctor.
Well, no, maybe when she gets older, what? Sorry, I couldn't resist. Uh, by the
No,
way, we
like I
won't
said,
rate this. We don't
no.
rate two-parters until the end of the second one, because it's not fair. You have to judge the whole lot by both episodes. So next week we'll be doing the second episode, then we'll give the rating and our review.
No, like I said, I'm not gonna because I know certain people probably she does have a clip will go ballistic in the 60th, but I'll just be like, no, it makes sense. She's part of the legacy. She's
I
there. There's no
know.
point acting like she doesn't exist. But if it's just like
Well,
I
I
said,
mean, they act like she doesn't exist, but don't throw your toys out of the pram if she ends up being in a
that's
clip
what I
in the
mean.
60s. Exactly. At the end of the day, whether I like her or not, she was the 13th Doctor. I mightn't consider her the 13th Doctor, but she's the 13th Doctor. Simple as that.
And like I said, if it's very much like what Moffat did with the 50th, when you had like a tiny clip of Eccleston or a tiny clip of this Doctor, just sort of put in there.
What a manipulator. So, which means he's going to stay.
Oh yeah, like this is I love how much the Doctor just sort of takes control in his story, and he just like you said, he plays them. He completely and utterly sort of dangles the carrot in front of them to get them to stay.
Because he plays on the whole human
Yeah.
curiosity. He knows that even though they do want to live, they would always have it in the back of their mind. Well, what actually went
What
on down
if?
in that base? Yeah, and what if I
Well,
had stayed? And
well, he knows obviously, and also he realizes they're not all military. Like the guy who's a bit of a coward, he's a scientist. He's not a fighter. So he knows if he says, "Well, you could discover this to him, or you could get this sort of invaluable information," that's going to get him on board. Yeah, I think we'd all love to see Peter back, but
Yeah.
I maybe Russell could pull magic, but I don't know.
I think if RTD really wants him, all he has to do is get in touch with Stephen Moffat, and Stephen Moffat will have a word with him. Look,
Yeah, and then
when he
Russell have a
left,
word with him.
remember this. People actually tend to forget this, right? Peter Capaldi and Moffat were already gone, and then
Yeah,
they
they
came
came
back
back.
to do Twice Upon a Time, right? So he'd already left the role and decided to come back, even though he'd been treated the way he was treated. So I wouldn't rule out Peter Capaldi returning in some form maybe in the future. Right? I wouldn't rule it out at all. It's 60th anniversary. He's gonna look, they're all gonna feature, whether they're gonna be there or there's gonna be clips of doctors used. But we're going to see other doctors. It's a 60th
Oh yeah,
anniversary. Of course we are.
they're just being very careful and they're very purposefully, I feel, currently showing a lot of Tennant to disguise, I think, other doctors that are in the 60th.
Yeah.
And
See,
that's the thing.
remember as well,
David basically.
sorry, the best form of fooling your audience is you give them breadcrumbs. So he's already told us David Tennant's back, and there's going to be other people come back. He's made announcements of other things back. Right? He could be throwing them out and keeping the major ones to himself. Listen, he's not stupid. There's just every possibility that we'll see more than David Tennant.
It's the 60th. I think they know they need to get at least one more physical doctor there. Let's put it that way. That isn't a clip. Like the more likelihood is Matt, purely because of obviously Matt's made no bones. He's always said he'd come back. He's sort of, I think, if anything, versus Peter, who has the more sourness, rightfully so, because of his treatment. Matt left too early. He said that also in interviews. He regrets when he did go.
Yeah.
So I think he'd be incredibly easy to. He'd do it. It would just be scheduling with Matt, I think.
Yeah, because he's a busy man
Because
right
he's a
now.
busy boy now. So it's just whether they could get him back in England to do some filming.
So here's one. This proves that Chibs was sacked as well, if this is true. So apparently at the same thing, he turned around and said that if he had actually stayed on for another season, he would have actually brought back former companions for each episode
Of course
of
he
his
would have.
next series. So
Because he knew.
he was planning on bringing a classic companion back for each episode. Each episode.
Shameless. Just utterly shameless. Let's drag back whatever we could.
He was sacked.
Basically.
I said he was sacked. Nobody believed me. Nobody believed me. I was the only channel that said he was sacked. Right?
Well,
I said it, and everybody
you
was
said
calling
it.
me a liar.
And also, I can say on the Spacebook, where you find me a lot, Dan and a few others heavily hinted also that Chibnall was sacked without using those words. But so you talked about it. Like I said, Dan and Co. We have spoke about this on the streams. But obviously being very, very careful what people can say so they don't get in trouble.
It's all coming out. Told you it would. I didn't think it would be this easy, but Chips is making it easy for us. Well, it's all going to come out. You're all going to learn the truth. And you are learning the truth, because if those quotes that you came out with, if they are true quotes, then he has basically admitted that he only hired Joe Martin because of her skin color and only hired Jodie Whittaker because she was a woman.
Yeah, because he knew it was a shield at that point in time in the industry. It's changing now, thankfully.
This is a good scene where the water.
Oh, there's some really good practical stuff in this, yeah. Really good practical sort of effects sets.
This is it. This is the cliffhanger.
But I love also that it's like it got set up earlier because we saw the company guy, I can't remember his name, float in the water. So it's been set up basically beforehand that that we see what we see in a minute. Yeah, of course, Jamie, they're trying to say it was never in danger. We all know it was very much in danger, but they're trying to pretend now.
You know, look, we don't even have to explain ourselves anymore. Everybody that spoke about this era and knew that what was going on, everybody's being vindicated. End of story. That's the way I look at it. Nobody has to be ashamed of anything. We were right all along, and that's all that matters. And it's not because we wanted to be right, by the way. But that is just brilliant. There you go.
Next
so
time.
that's it. It leaves with a cliffhanger, and the Doctor is a ghost. Tune in next week to see what happens.
See how we got like that.
We'll see. Your reputation all is great. We're getting this stuff right. Thank you. They're also trying to say Doctor Who, isn't it? Yeah, of course it was. But you should do shorts. Noel was right, written on them. I'd buy one. Yeah.
I'll tell you what will be interesting though, because it's been rumored that we're going to get some sort of documentary thing for the 60th.
We are.
It's going to be so fascinating how they cover the Chibnall stuff and the Whittaker stuff.
Yeah.
Like how they're going to word it. How they're going to, because I think even they know that they can't make out that it was this massive success. They can't.
No.
So how they're going to, that's what I'm a bit fascinated.
They should just call it the turbulent Chibnall years.
Yeah, they might. That's the thing. They might get away with sort of saying that, but without being as dramatic about it. Like try
exactly. Because they could mean the fans or they could mean the show, but nobody actually, you can interpret it whatever which way you want.
Be open to interpretation that way.
Anyway, let's see. Someone needs to make a documentary about this era. I call it Chaos in Cardiff.
Eventually, there'll be like, do you know how we get like the Blu-rays now, and we're getting like stuff that was known but was never said about classic era? That's going to happen with Chibnall and Whittaker.
Exactly. We'll find out everything. We will indeed. But look, it was only me and Charlotte, and I don't know what happened to two lads.
Well, PD is, God love him, trying to do uni stuff at the moment, so he could have just been.
But PD could be actually, he's probably doing uni stuff. So, and I did see Lee put up, I just seen it there actually. He put up a tweet to say that he was going off Twitter for a while. So he probably didn't see
you messaged him
either. So we're back tomorrow, member stream. So come and join me for that. Then we're back on Wednesday for classic.
What is the classic? So I know.
NuWhoZone. He picked. Lee picked it. What did he pick? He picked. He picked.
If we can't remember, I'll just look back. But I was just so I know what I'm watching.
Right at the end of the stream. It was Tom Baker. Wasn't the Hand of Fear. Was it See You Death? See You Death.
Chat, can you help us? You're usually very
there
good
it
at
was.
these things.
Jamie Nygaard. It was
Thank
See You
Jamie.
Death.
I know what I'm watching tomorrow now then.
Yeah, well, we're not watching it anymore. We're just discussing now.
I've not seen that story, I don't think.
All right, so you're going to watch.
a lot of Baker I haven't seen yet, basically.
Right then. So you need to watch first and then, yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Anyway, that's what we're here for on Wednesday, City of Death. And then we're back on Friday for the TARDIS talks. And then Friday night contact, 9 o'clock. I'll let Charlotte now do channel shout outs. And we will leave it there. Remember, we don't do the review tonight or the rating. That's for next week. That's what we do for two-parters. But without further ado, Charlotte, do your channel shout out to let everybody know where you're going to be.
Yeah, so you will see me pretty much weekly on my Facebook for Type 40 Live. I don't quite know what we're talking about this week because it's not like it's not a special show like we do. It's more of a general. So it's probably going to be a bit of Gallifrey one. I wouldn't be surprised if we talk about what could have been said, what might have been said. We'll see, and just general news because we have been following the footage that's been
Well, I
coming
do know
out.
that Dan made a comment on the chip stuff, so that you might be talking about
Yeah,
that. To be
I was
quite
gonna
honest with
say.
you, because I think I've seen a few people that we know comment on that chibnall stuff. So don't
Yeah,
be
because
surprised if
that's
the
a feeling. We'll be talking about that.
yeah
See if
yeah.
more stuff develops by Thursday. Because
Well, to be honest, that seems to be the biggest news in the fandom right now is the chib stuff. So that's what's going on floating about on Twitter anyway. So that's the main thing.
yeah,
That's what everybody's talking about. So I'm
you'll
pretty sure
probably,
that's
like I said,
probably and other
we
stuff as
and
well.
other
But that
stuff. We talk about rubbish as well. So you'll catch us on Thursday. And then you'll also catch me popping up in other videos on the space, but whether it's podcasts or extras or sort of shorter videos, I've been doing a bit with Dan. And then also a shout out to my lovely co-host and best mate Daniel. So that's Scottish Davos and Friends Wrestle with Pop Culture. He's doing his he's planning more podcasts. If you like the one he did with me, he's got other guests he's thinking about. So catch him.
fantastic. Yeah, do and check out Gobby Guy's channel as well. And draw and Jack Rabbit and who else? Rabbi and Problem
So
Billy.
we haven't got PD here. He's
And
usually very good at
Aldred audio visual. Yeah, we don't have our main mod in the chat tonight, and you know me, I'm not very techie and stuff. So we'll leave it there. And as I said, we'll be back tomorrow for a member stream. So any members out there, remember we got a member stream tomorrow. Come and join me. We will we'll be delving into more of the UFO alien stuff tomorrow and some other conspiracy theory stuff, and yeah, interesting. So come and join me for that. If you're not a member, there's 2 tiers. Go and become a member if you choose to do so. There will be member streams every Tuesday. So every Tuesday member stream, and yeah, we will leave it there. So I will say good night to you all. Enjoy your evening, and we shall talk to you very, very soon.
Good
Good
night,
night,
everybody.
folks.